Welcome to episode 8 of The Fake Marketer, and we're going to be discussing influence marketing and how to choose the right ones to work with. Michael, hello. How are we?
Good.
Nick's not with us again.
No.
Bless him. I'm going to be honest, I didn't ask him.
We asked him last time, but he was busy.
No, he was busy, and he's also in London tomorrow, so I didn't want to put any pressure on him coming into the office.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, so I didn't today. But how's your week been? What have you been up to this week?
Good. We had the marketing push on Tuesday.
We did. We had the push on Tuesday. So Luke Evans from Unique Productions and Joanna from Bark Like a Dog were our speakers, and it went down very well.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Yeah, the feedback I've had thus far has been good. So yeah, we had that on Tuesday, didn't we? What else you been up to? What you been editing, Michael?
Just client stuff, really. Cocoa Canopy, secret things that everyone seems to think are good, which is nice.
Secret things?
Not secret, but they're not out yet, so.
Oh, you mean the clips?
The listeners won't know what they are.
No, well, you mean the 4 listeners we have?
Secret.
Yeah, no, I can confirm that. Not one of you 2 listeners are going to give a shit about the clips we've done from the BBC Good Food show for Cocoa Canopy. Okay, so a lot of client work?
Yeah. Bits and bobs.
Not my stuff.
What stuff?
Or like clips for these and stuff which you've not done yet.
I've started getting clips in the last one.
Yeah, but the old episodes you've not done.
No,
which I go in every day and have a look at the file and just go, any fucking chance, Michael? Okay, so you've been doing that. What have I been doing? We've had a new guy start, Jason, who you know, friend of yours. So he's been sort of shadowing me a lot this week on the data side. What else have I been doing? A lot of meetings. A lot of meetings today, actually. What have I been doing? Let's get my diary up. It's 29th day, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've just been rammed, basically. Went to quite a cool forum at the college on Monday night.
Nice.
The Arts and Digital Forum. So employers were being asked what they want from digital and crafty apprentices.
Nice.
So I gave my opinion.
How did it go down?
Yeah. You get what you get, don't you? It's not like I can do. But anyway, we're going off topic. And yeah, we're going to be discussing influencer marketing today. And we've actually done quite a bit. We've not done tons and tons and tons, but we've done enough. We've actually done some really cool ones. I don't know if you know this, but we've done some influencer marketing with Kim K.
Sure. Listener of the podcast.
And she's not a listener of any fucking podcast. No, she doesn't. Kim Kardashian and also Heidi Klum.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Not bad.
It's not bad, is it? There's some nice names on there. But we also work with an absolute ton of smaller influencers and sort of micro influencers where they'll produce content for our clients. So we've done quite a bit on this, but I'm going to sort of ask you the question, Michael, because you're my guinea pig today. What are you classing as influencer marketing?
I think if you ask the general public, they'd probably say it's the big type of influencers, but we know now that you can get the same, if not more, effective marketing from smaller creators or influencers who are just in your area or niche. So it doesn't necessarily have to be someone with lots of followers, but if they have followers in the same space that you're working, then it can be really beneficial to work with somebody like that.
Yeah, so I think everyone has a preconceived idea of what influencer marketing is, which is, think about Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, these huge personalities and celebrities are using influencers to take you in a post. And yes, back in the day that worked. It's how people like Gymshark grew, and some of the other brands, even like Jack Wills, to be fair, at a localized level. Not Jack Wills, actually Jack Wills and Abercrombie and Fitch. But that sort of evolved, hasn't it, over the last, say, 4 to 5 years, and influencer marketing now can be anyone that can influence your audience. So again, these aren't so much influencers in your marketplace or again celebrities. These can be anybody that you can leverage their brand to increase yours, increase your brand coverage. So even people internally. So some larger businesses that have staff, employee advocacy, they are influencers. They can be used. Micro influencers that might have 400 to that's a small number, let's say 1,500 followers. Again, they can be leveraged. So influencer marketing now just isn't about those big, huge brand names. We've all been in TikTok and seen some of these smaller influencers, doing paid ads or sort of paid content creation. From the work that we're carrying out at the moment, they're getting the best results by country mile.
Makes sense to me, to be fair. So I think, especially with TikTok and stuff, people, if they're following like individuals, they're following them and sort of developing that like bond with them. So like then if that person that you already have that connection with is then promoting something, you're then thinking like, oh, I already like this person and I trust that they wouldn't just promote something for no reason. So you have a bit more like trust that they're doing it, rather than like some big celebrities you think they'd just promote anything if they got paid enough.
A lot of influencers now, especially the smaller ones, which is baffling to me, is that they actually care about the brands. Some of them. So forget Love Island, all that shit. Yeah, like normal people. Especially some of the sort of I'm thinking about some of the work we're doing. So some of the parent stuff on TikTok, or sort of parenting influencers. They actually give a shit about the products that they're sort of promoting, which is quite crazy. So again, when we've reached out to a few people, they've said, oh, it's not aligned with sort of my channel and stuff, which I get. It's annoying, but fair play to them, because back in the day they would take the money and run.
That I think makes it more valuable then, because then if they promote it and they're not just taking every promotion they get, then the people that follow them know that, hey, they've actually thought about this and that what they're promoting to me is like valuable.
Well, what it means is that they're the right type of influencers.
Yeah.
So not so much, not again, if we use Love Island as an example, a lot of the guys that come out of there will fucking sell their granny for £1, won't they?
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
Whereas now, you've got to be very careful on what you're flogging, especially with people like, these are really bad examples here, but people like Jake Paul and that, which are just flogging crypto zoo and stuff, and fucking again, taking granny's pensions and shit, all that stuff. But you're right. It means that those influencers, they have they're genuine, and they're the right influencers for your brand or your product, opposed to just picking anyone based on their followers. Now you've got to be ready, the influencers have got to be aligned to what your brand or your product or service does, which is nice. And there's some good examples of that. So, what do you know in the examples? Khan, you must have seen some on TikTok.
Yeah, I was going to say TikTok is like, there's some people whose like whole like TikTok is just promoting products and stuff, which I don't really like, because I think then it then does become like, oh, their whole thing is just promoting these products on TikTok Shop that I don't know how legit a lot of them are. Have you ever seen that guy that's like, I think his TikTok is literally called Right Guys, because he starts every TikTok, he's like, right guys, I've just picked up this thing, that guy?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, and he's literally called Right Guys now, because like, and every TikTok is just him flogging something. I'm just a bit like, it just comes across a bit disingenuous then, because I'm like, I don't even know who he is, I just know his voice from promoting stuff.
Yeah, but some of his stuff's alright though, isn't it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. All I ever see is just like that, so then I feel like if every day you're looking for something to flog, then eventually you're going to run out of good stuff and you're going to be like, here's 100 toilet rolls or whatever.
Is he selling toilet roll?
Everyone was selling toilet roll at one point. There was a big thing where it was like you could get big multi-packs of toilet roll on TikTok and everyone was selling them.
Toilet roll.
Yeah. But it was like big packs of like 50 or something and they were getting them delivered to their house.
Why don't they just go to Costco?
It's not like TikTok shop, is it? You have to go somewhere with that. And you have to have a card, but TikTok you just whack it on. There you go.
Michael.
I'm on TikTok too much, probably. So.
I would say potentially you are. Right, this is going off a massive tangent already, and we're only fucking 10 minutes in. Right, so we've got Right Guy. The worst thing about this is, and again, shout out to Erin. So, although she puts these together for us, I don't read them until I sit down here.
Yeah.
Which isn't very good, is it?
So you're working it out as.
Yeah, so what she does is she gives us a timeline. So for the like 4 of you that listen to us, what she does is she writes me down a timeline as to what we should talk about. But the problem is because we don't read until now, you're sort of trying to just sort of decipher what's going on. Unlike influencer marketing. Unlike influencer marketing.
Oh, I see.
See what I mean? See what I've done there?
That's a segue, that.
It's a segue. Well, we've got some examples here of actually where it's worked really well. So, actually some fails. So apparently Kendall Jenner, she tried to promote Pepsi.
Oh, I remember that. Do you remember that?
No.
It was really bad. I think it was like there was, I forget the actual context, but there was something like there was like a riot on and there was all like people like in like riot gear.
So what I've got here is that Kendall Jenner to promote their campaign to support Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, there was like a riot of people in the ad, and then there was like police there, and then she goes up and like gives them a Pepsi, and it like quells the whole like thing.
Riot.
Yeah, which sort of wasn't very.
I'm not.
You're not hip.
I'm not hip. I'm also not very intelligent, but I'm pretty sure a can of Pepsi wouldn't control those riots.
No, probably not.
No, I'd say definitely not. So we've got that. I can't remember that one.
Yeah, it was quite. Everyone was sort of like memeing it and stuff.
Okay.
Back when it came out.
Was it bad?
It was pretty bad, yeah.
So that's bad influencer
So
marketing.
it's
Yeah.
Pepsi. You think somebody would have like, checked it?
To be fair though, dude, where's my jet? Have you seen that on Netflix?
I don't think so.
On Netflix, you're not seeing it?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's Pepsi. You need to watch that tonight.
What is it? Is it a documentary about Pepsi?
Unbelievable, mate. You missus need to watch that. Best thing in the world. Okay. Okay, so here's an example of a campaign working. Example of a work. Fucking hell. Example of a working campaign is the company Jack Wheels taking influencers on a ski trip to promote their new ski suits. This worked well for them since the influencers can't really ski. So it created a lot of fun, relatable content.
That's good.
Quite like that,
It
actually.
sounded like you were reading an ad right there.
I feel like I'm reading to my daughter's book.
Yeah, I think
That's quite good. I
I like
like
that sort of thing where it's like authentic. Like if you can get people.
Actually, now we're talking about this. Actually, I've actually just my brain's just kicked into gear a bit now. I'll tell you what worked really well is oh my god, what's it called?
Just a celebrity or a client or.
Oh, no, definitely not a client. What's it called? The you know the ones where they had the music festival on the beach, on the island that everyone had. Fire Festival.
I haven't seen the documentaries about that, but.
Why?
What do you mean why? I just haven't. I've heard about it, but I haven't watched the documentary.
On Netflix. Yeah. Why?
What do you mean why? I just haven't.
You need to start fucking reading, and actually fucking.
I know what like happened though, where it was.
Yeah, but you need to watch the documentary.
It was pretty bad.
Okay. So that. Fucking yeah.
Is that a bad example?
Yeah, it's huge. No. You need to watch like some like TV
No,
at some
but the
point.
reason you brought it up was you saying was that because it was a bad example?
No, it's amazing. So that's still to this day the best influencer campaign ever. They got like the top 10 models in the world at that over in that island, in there, wherever it was in the Bahamas, and they just shot content for a week.
Wasn't it rubbish though?
Yeah, but this was just the promo video.
Oh, okay.
Mate, it's unbelievable. Like, to get those 10 girls there in that on that island or around the Bahamas shooting that content was unheard of. It just wouldn't happen.
Do you think that can damage their reputation though, if they're like...
Yeah, it did, because it was a fucking shambles.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, is it might be good for the product, but is it bad in general? Because if you promote a product that's bad, then people go like, oh, you promote that. Like you were talking about with the Paul brother thing, with the crypto and stuff, like...
Oh, Logan Paul.
Yeah, because of that, like, because they promoted something that was a scam or whatever it was, then, like, that's going to then damage. Then if they promote something else, people are going to be like, oh.
Yeah, the problem in those type ones is that they're just crooks, but they're promoting their own products and services.
Yeah.
So when you look at, here's a good example. Like, so Logan Paul's a good example. They're promoting their own products and services, so they're using their own influence for their own gain. But for a lot of businesses and marketing teams that are trying to use influencers, they don't have access to Logan Paul.
Not normally, no.
Well, they don't. Fucking, I'm telling you now, none of them do. So they just don't have access to that. But yeah, it can damage them, absolutely. That's why you've got to be very careful on who you're using.
And what you're promoting.
But smaller businesses, just use, this, I did a talk, last week about leveraging brands or other people's brands. And there's two ways to do it. You leverage your own or you leverage other people's. Now, you should do a bit of both. So you should be doing your own marketing and all the rest of it and sort of building your brand out there. But again, if you can leverage an influencer's brand, then definitely do it. Just make sure that they're aligned with, again, the company's ethos. But make sure you own the assets. Yeah. So this is where influencer marketing can be really beneficial, because if you go out and get someone to do a video or some content about, like, I don't know, some hot chocolate, as an example, you own those assets. So rather than the influencer or whomever, content creator owning those assets, you own those assets. Now, you can rinse and repeat that till you're blue in the face. And the reality is, that content's going to be a lot more scroll stopping, a lot more engaging than the content you produce in-house, potentially, because they're just used to doing it all day.
Yeah.
There's someone that I've been watching, or just they've come up on my TikTok, a girl called Poppy and her fella, just a couple with two small children. Really engaging, actually. Really good. They'd be good, actually, for not Play-Doh, because she's not single, is she?
Emma's Diary.
Emma's Diary, yeah, there you go. Is that right?
Yeah. I was just moving it a bit.
Okay. That's good. That's Michael just changed the camera.
I might have seen those people. I've seen, like, do they sort of, like, take the mick out of each other and stuff?
All the time. It's actually really good, to be fair.
Yeah, I think I've seen those. Or I've seen somebody like them. Because like, people buy into who they are, then if they promoted a product...
Well, they went on holiday. I'm convinced that it was...
like a sponsored one?
Yeah, 100%.
Hashtag ad.
I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. But, the girl that we used for Jimmy Coco, there's a ginger lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She's on Jet 2. She's on their advert.
Really?
Saw her the other day.
Yeah,
Couldn't believe
she
it.
was quite good, to be fair.
Yeah, she was decent, to be fair.
Bigger and better things now, Jet 2.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, not doing our shit. How do you find an influencer? How would you find an influencer, Michael?
If it's something like Instagram or TikTok, just search for topics and, like, hashtags and stuff related to what your business does. So if it's like, no, he's alright. No, that's okay. Yeah, like search for hashtags, topics, phrases to do with what your company does, and then see what sort of content comes up. Because people who are in that space already making content, those are your influencers. Depending on obviously what the topic is and how big they are. If you find small ones, they're the sort of people you want to reach out to.
So you would just go on to Instagram, search, I don't know, hashtag your product or service and see what was coming up.
Yeah, if you were like making like a, I don't know, like an energy drink or whatever, and putting in like
Really
sports
niche.
drink, energy drink.
Fucking energy drink.
You know what I mean?
Anything, like, that'd be the worst thing in the world. What about, like, furniture?
Yeah, well, that's pretty general as well.
No, it's not.
Niche your furniture is.
Fucking energy drinks.
Energy drinks.
Do that on your phone now. How many searches on TikTok is energy drinks?
Yeah, but
Let's give a guess.
there's going to be a lot. But what Ollie said from Thingy Nonsensical, he did a thing where he was saying extreme ironing has like 60 million views or something. I don't know how you can. What do you mean if I put in hashtag energy drink? Energy drink. No, it doesn't actually tell me how many there are. Oh, hashtag. Yeah, it's only got 3.7 billion views.
Yeah, you're a fucking on crack. So what? How would you find an influencer out of all that?
I don't know. No, but that's how you would do it. I don't mean necessarily with energy drinks. I'm saying, you search for people talking about your thing, and then you like reach out to them.
You're on crack.
No, I'm not. That is literally how you do it, is it not?
Yeah. How would I do it? I would really refine something, the objective of what I'm trying to achieve or what my product does.
Yeah.
So if it was skincare, which again, like, is quite broad, I would say, how to replenish skin for women over 40.
Where you'd search that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. When I said energy drink, I didn't mean you literally type in energy.
Fuck that. You said type in energy drink. You're wrong.
No,
You're
I
on
mean,
fucking
like,
crap.
Search for your niche.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's got to be the benefit, isn't it? What does your service or product achieve for that user or that business? So as a marketing manager or a business owner, you should search for very, very niche terms, not broad. Basically, don't put in energy drink. You can get 3.6 billion views.
A lot of engagement.
Fuck me, be sat there for ages. Oh, that's the thing, it comes into time and resource.
Yeah.
You've got to remember, these people listen to this, the 4 people. They're busy. They ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time for that. Don't put in energy drinks. Make sure it's niche and make sure there's not tons you're going to go after, because otherwise you will be literally searching for hours upon hours.
Yeah, I'm finding like influencers that like reflect your like brand and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I see sometimes where it's like a mom, middle-aged woman promoting like protein stuff. And I'm thinking a bit like it's a bit of sort of a mismatch.
Yeah, but see, but you're not the audience though. Her audience is her audience. She's just come up here on your feed, probably because there's some boobs on her.
No, I'm just saying like...
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why she's hit your feed. Because we as men go, oh, that's why. The women that are following her, that's right for them.
Yeah, I suppose.
Fucking caught. Common mistakes, don't do that. I would say also there are platforms where, and again you can Google these, influencer platforms to find the right influencers, and they can actually start bidding on your work. Oh. So we use a few of these.
That's cool.
Especially when you go into the States because of the time difference and stuff like that, and especially Australia as well. So there's a few of those platforms that we use for those, which work really well. some are expensive, some are quite cheap. You can put in what you want to pay, what you want to pay the influencers, but actually they're pretty good, to be fair. So they're quite good. I don't deal with them personally, so I can't remember any names of them, but we can find some and put a link in the description. Yeah, so that's what I would do. So the common mistakes to make. So let's recap, Michael. Influencer marketing and how to choose the right ones. What are we saying?
Niche.
Keep it niche. Yeah, go out to influencers. Don't worry too much about the volume that they have of followers, because you're not only going to use the assets, or you're not only going to use them to leverage their own brands, but you also want to sort of use that content to repurpose. And again, you own those assets. Really, really important. When it comes to searching for those influencers, don't do what Michael said. So don't put in energy drinks or I don't know. You might as well put in men. Don't do that. Keep it niche and yeah, make sure those terms you're putting in are really specific to what your audience is or what they're trying to achieve, or potentially use those platforms, which again we will link in the description. And yeah, some influencer marketing. I'm going to be really honest, Michael. These podcasts are getting worse by the week.
I don't think they're that bad.
Yeah, but I've got very.
I've nuggets of brilliance.
Yeah. We are going to get there. The key with this is its consistency. So I know not many people are going to listen to these first ones, which is why I'm sort of not really giving too much of a shit. So they will need to improve.
I think what we need to do is read the notes before we start the podcast, probably.
I think that's pretty beneficial.
Because then we'll sound more slick than we do.
Yeah, it's a bit shambolic, isn't it?
It's what it is, isn't it? We need to get an influencer to come and do the podcast. We bid on somebody to host the podcast.
I don't think you need someone to host it. I think we just need a little bit more prep time.
Maybe.
The reason being is just for anyone that is listening. It's because I'm busy.
That's the thing, isn't it? This isn't like your main job. Just as well, I suppose.
No, it's not. No, it's not my main job. Yes, let's wrap it up there. Thank you for listening. This is episode 8. On episode 8, that's good.
Solid.
Yeah. So it's beginning out mid-July, won't it?
Probably.
Well, it's 2 weeks' time. Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll be on to episode
9.
Correct. So, thank you for listening. And we'll see you next week for a better podcast. We're going to actually read the questions. I'm going to be on form.
Sounds good.
Over and out.